Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing this Sunday afternoon? First of all, welcome to my channel, guys, Joey Barnett TV. Everyone's welcome across my channel. Everyone's welcome across all social media platforms. And I mean every single person is welcome. Be it good, be it bad, I still welcome everyone to my channel, guys. And I'm here to put the record straight and let people know that we can change, we can reform, we can beat addiction, we can be whoever we want to be. We've just got to get our mind right, put the mindset right, and yeah, roll right is the most important advice I can give you guys. Keep it real, be real, don't be fake. You know, I'm real as it gets these days. Years and years ago, when I was active, when I was bang at it, you know, I was walking about thinking I was something what I wasn't really, thinking that I was invincible, thinking that I was untouchable. And in the end, I paid the highest, dearest price you could possibly pay, 12 years in jail. And yes, I've done every single day of that. So yeah, guys, it's just not worth it. And to be totally honest with you, if I could turn back the hands of time, I certainly would. Yeah, guys. Anyway, let's get on with this video. And today I'm going to be talking about addiction. Now, the reason why I'm talking about addiction is because that's the hardest thing to defeat. That's the hardest thing to beat. That's the hardest thing to put to bed. And not many people can do it. And live to see to tell the tales, more like. I'm one of them that beat it. It took me many, many, many years. So don't think for 1 minute that it's an easy ride, because it isn't. It's probably one of the most hardest rides you'll ever come across. You know, I've been through some horrendous stuff in my life, going through my life, you know, going into all them Cat A dispersal jails, you know, being around very dangerous people, dangerous places. But yeah, guys, you know, it's just, when I look back on it now, do I regret my past? No, I don't regret it, because it's the past, it's my past, what's shaped the person what I am today. And without going through all of that, then I would probably want to go through it later on in life. So I'm not promoting it, I'm not saying you should do this, but you know, you need to hurry up and put these things to bed, because you know, the older you get, the harder it gets to put it to bed. And that's the dead honest truth. And that goes for most things in life, especially addiction. But yeah, you know, I keep banging on about it because it's a very, very hard thing to beat. It is. It's a battle and a half. But how I beat it was after lengthy prison sentences. You know, there was just a light bulb, bang, it switched in my head. And to be honest with you, I got to the stage, you know, and I asked myself some serious, honest questions. Is it really worth it? You know, and the answer is no, it isn't worth it, because it's a fake life being on drugs. It's not a real life. It's not real. And, you know, you're chasing it all the time. It's very, very hard to beat. So, yeah, you know, I really can't stress enough about addiction. And especially around this time of the year, around Christmas time, people with addictions, you know, what are just, you know, trying to beat addictions. This time of the year is very hard, very, very hard for anyone with an addictive personality, because drugs are all around you, you know. And let's get it straight. It doesn't matter where you live in the world, what part of the country you're in. If you want it, you can get it. So moving out of the area isn't the answer. The answer to beating addiction is you've got to be arrogant. You've got to be strong. You've got to have a strong mindset. You've got to want to do it yourself, because, you know, I can tell you until I'm blue in the tongue or blue in the face or whatever you want to call it. But if you're not ready to beat it, you ain't going to beat it. And that's the truth. You know, I've been watching a few other people's channels over the last few days. I've had a little bit of spare time where I haven't been working, and those that you think that are doing really, really well and what have beat addiction, you know, I've brought the cards to the table and have admitted that they're banging trouble, and they've still got addictions. They still need to go to rooms, NA meetings, CA meetings, AA meetings to gain strength. But you know, for me, how I gained strength was to change my mindset, to be arrogant, to be strong, to say no, and to mean it. You know, when you say no, no means no. You've got to mean what you say. I've got, you know, people around me, not friends, but I know people around me that work all week, slog their bollocks out all week, and I mean slog their bollocks out. You know, some of them are scaffolders, some are roofers, some of them are bricklayers. You know, some of them in the building game, some are not in the building game, but they work all week, and then come Friday or come the end of the month, when they get their money, you know, that's what they're spending all their money on, and for the rest of the month they're skint. And once they're skint and they've done all their money on drugs, you know, they start to feel sorry for their self. They start to say, right, I'm never going to do it again. And then the same thing happens again and again and again. A repeat cycle. It's a ripple effect. So, yeah, you know, doesn't matter what people say to you. You've got to want to do it yourself to beat it. You really have, you know. For me, what was my trigger was having a few brandies. I drink Cavassier and Coke brandy. As soon as I started drinking a few brandies, I wanted to straighten myself out. And, you know, and there was only one way I thought at that time what would do that was a bit of the old bugle, and that straightened you out. And then it's just a repeat cycle over and over and over again. So, yeah, nowadays I can have a shot, I can have a few brandies and not have to worry about picking drugs up, buying drugs, spending all my money on drugs, because I've put it to bed. You know, there's bare knuckle boxers out there. You know, there's people in the sport what are hard as nails on the outside, but inside they've got no inner strength, they've got no inner power, they haven't got the ability to say no to it. They're defeated, you know, they're beaten by it. And, you know, when I think about it, just a little bit of powder, you know, how can someone let a little bit of powder control their life? Because that's what it's doing at the end of the day. It's that crap what's controlling your life, you know. You need to really, really be strong, you know. Not with your hands, but with inner strength. As I say, you need inner strength to be able to beat addiction. And it might not just be drugs, you know. It could be nicotine, it could be alcohol, it could be gambling. There's so many different addictions. I've still got an addictive personality, and I will be an addict for the rest of my life. And I'll put my hands on the table, and I'm honest. I'm telling you the honest truth. But I've beat addiction. But once you've got an addiction, you've got it for life, because there'll always be triggers. There'll always be temptations all the time. No matter where you live, who you're knocking about with, who you're around, or what you're doing, there'll always be temptations, you know. For me, one of my addictions was being an armed robber. Now, what I was doing, you know, I was getting out of jail and then having triggers, having temptations, because what it is I'm not promoting crime, by the way, by any way, and I mean that, guys. I really ain't promoting crime, but it's another addiction, you know, because as soon as the money was running out, I was thinking to myself, there's this, that, there's there, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's A, B, C, what I can do. But, as I say, I put it all to bed. But yeah, I still get triggers, I still get temptations, and I've been clean since 2010. At first, when I first quit drugs and I first quit alcohol, sorry about that, trying to talk too fast, I started going to rooms, CA rooms, NA, AA. They're very good because you've got very like-minded people what go to these rooms, and everyone is on the same boat, guys. So yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good start. That really is a good start of how to beat it. Go to rooms. You find people in there what are in the same circumstances as you, in the same situation as you, and you feed off of each other. So, you know, one might say, you might meet someone and they might say, I'm 4 or 5 days clean, you know, and then you can bounce off of that, guys. But yeah, I'm in someone's parking bay. I'm going to pull out and I'll be back at you in a bit. Peace. Have a good day.